Like I sat next to Al Lloyd is running for at large for. I sat next to him at the Wheeler Avenue debate, and we were betting each other $1. Like when it went to each of you. So like when it went to Amanda, it was like, I bet you $1 she's about to say city council or Harvey. For you, it was Trump. And I forget what the other, Republicans.
Yeah.
And then I forget what the other ones were, but it was like, you found like your lane.
I really, no disrespect,
No,
but
you're good, man.
really
We found
don't like the Republican Party.
Right.
No, you don't like Mac.
No.
Make it clear.
No, I'm going to be honest. I don't
Why?
like the Republican
Why
Party.
you don't like it, man?
Well, because I don't think they stand for anything.
I'm going to tell you like this, and I'm going to keep it 100.
Well, but I just want to finish this.
Go ahead.
I don't think they stand for anything, and I believe that it is a party that is 100% subservient to Donald Trump.
Some do. I don't. Okay.
Well, but
let's make that clear.
Well,
Let's make it clear.
And this is not a attack on you.
No, you're good.
What,
it's impersonal.
But what this is understanding the current makeup of Congress, right? And of those that are currently in there, they are 100% subservient to whatever he wants to do. Why? Because the Trump endorsement is 99% effective in Republican primaries. So they know that if they don't do what Donald Trump wants them to do, they're going to go and do that. So, look, I'm not a supporter of their efforts to gerrymander our state. I'm not a supporter of what they're doing to cut health care. I'm not supportive of the $1 trillion worth of Medicaid cuts. I'm not supportive of the $4.5 trillion that they've passed in tax cuts for the richest people in America. I think that it throws our community under the bus.
How? Let's talk about how.
What do you mean, how?
Okay, let's talk about it. So we're going to focus on the rhetoric, or what is your solution?
What is my solution?
When you get to
I'll give you a
Congress,
solution.
when you get to Congress,
Okay.
you have to serve.
That's right.
You serve Republicans, Democrats, Independents, non-voters, and whomever else in between. You don't pick a side. So the question is, I can go all day long and say what the Democrats or what Republicans do, but what are you going to do? I can tell you what I'm going to do, but what are you going to do to get beyond the rhetoric and focus on policies?
I'll give you a perfect
Go
example.
ahead.
The top thing that I want to do is axe the stupid Trump tariffs.
Take Trump out of this.
No,
Take the emotions
no,
out.
but you
Yeah.
have to put Trump in this.
Okay.
Why? Because he's raised our prices. When you go and you put a tariff on the cost of basically everything that comes into this country, that raises our prices. You go to the grocery store, you feel that. You're trying to go buy a new home because of the tariffs on lumber, you feel that. You understand that that's making a cataclysmic effect on everything that's happening. But in addition to that,
But go ahead.
it's more than that, right?
Go ahead.
I want to get rid of the Trump tariffs, because I believe that a president shouldn't be able to just single-handedly raise our prices because he's had a bad day and wants to send out a tariff like a drunk text at 2 a.m. I think we got to do more than that. I think that we have to cancel the ridiculous tax cuts that he has posed, basically, that have plunged our country further into debt. No president has ever added more to the national debt in this country than Donald J. Trump.
So my question is, talk about the tariffs, and I'm going to go to the Big Beautiful Bill. So you think the Big Beautiful Bill was a populist? So if that was any Democratic president, you think that would have went flying colors, passed through both chambers with no problems? Because that was a populist bill. That wasn't a fiscal conservative bill.
But how can you say that? The bill literally added $2.5 trillion to the national debt.
That's the point I'm making.
He's literally
It was a populist bill.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has the worst approval rating than any other president ever in the history of
call
this
it
country.
approval rating. That's what make the policies.
No, but it's important. In the
Yeah.
generic ballot for the next midterms, right?
Yeah.
The Republicans are down 8 points. If that was such a popular bill, the Republicans would not be losing. And wait a second.
Yeah.
In Trump's own pollster.
That's
It's not
policy.
like this.
That's rhetoric.
I just want to make sure I finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
Wrap
not
it
like
up.
it's not like this is some left wing poll. This
Yeah.
is Atlas Intel. This
Okay.
is Trump's pollster that
Okay.
had him winning in Pennsylvania, in Wisconsin, in Michigan, and in Arizona. It's literally his people saying that he's down 8 points. So if this was such a popular bill, the people wouldn't.
Well, we always
be
say
lining up to throw the Republicans.
we
out of
always say
office.
who's the posters are, but let's go back to tariffs. The purpose of the tariffs is same thing what the Clinton administration did. They did back in the 90s, before your time.
When did Bill
It was
Clinton?
back in the 90s.
there. Hold
And
on,
let me
I was
go back.
there.
Let
When
me
did
finish.
Bill-
Let me
Will-
finish,
okay,
please.
go
Let me
ahead.
finish, please. It's an opportunity to create America First agenda. Bring the opportunity, the factories back into the United States. If there's a car that's made in Japan, we're going to, this is during the Clinton administration, we're going to charge a tariff. And that's what made Honda, made Nissan, made every Japanese motor to bring a presence
That
in
is
Mississippi and
literally a lie.
Alabama. But that's the same
That is
thing.
not true.
That was the same script. That is true. The same script that the Clinton administration did back in the 90s.
Can you tell me when Bill Clinton ever imposed a unilateral tariff over the United
look it
States
up.
on
Google's
every
free.
single country effectively?
No, he did. No, he didn't go that broad.
Well, so then obviously it's not the same thing.
No, that's not the. No, I'm giving you that as an example. So, like I said, that's an example. Donald Trump is not doing this in order to say, "Oh, I'm going to hurt America."
Yes, he is.
No, that's your opinion. You're entitled to that.
Let me give you a fact.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I like facts.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm a policy guy.
Donald Trump, when he went and passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017,
Congress did. He signed it.
That means he approved it.
He signed
Whatever.
it.
That
But
means
it
he
went to
approves
Congress.
it. If he
Whatever.
signed it, that means he
Yeah.
approves
Go
it.
ahead.
came into effect
Okay.
because of his signature on a piece of paper. After he did that, $2.5 trillion was added to the national debt effectively over time.
Yeah.
Now, what was the result? The result was, for the first time in a long time, the domestic share of private sector investment in new manufacturing facilities went down. Under Barack Obama's leadership, we were getting about $85 billion a year in private sector investment in
You
these
talking about
facilities.
the first term or the second term?
In the first term. Wait,
Okay,
and
first term.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
In the second Donald Trump becomes president, that number decreases to about $75 billion per year. So despite the fact that these companies were getting record profits at the time, despite the fact that
What
our
sector?
country...
What sector?
I'm good now.
Okay.
Record profits at the time. CEO pay was at all-time high. The stock market was through the roof. And they literally got this big tax cut bill. Those same companies invested less than what they did when Obama was president. So now they've continued these tax cuts as they passed it. And what happened again? Under Joe Biden, $210 billion of private sector investment in manufacturing facilities in one of the years that he was in president. Now, under Donald Trump, guess what happened again? The numbers going down. So there is no correlation whatsoever between passing these massive tax cut bills and investing in America. I watched as Donald Trump flew around the United States with Trump Force One in 2016 saying he was going to invest in America. And what happened? Investment went down. This time he said the same lie again. And you know what? The same thing is happening.
And I'm gonna say this, and this is the thing. We can have this conversation all day on what we don't like from Donald Trump, what we don't like, but we always have to understand that all opportunities are local. We have to focus on what happens in Harris County. We need to focus on what goes in Montgomery, Waller, and all of the
But we're
Fort
running
Bend.
for Congress.
But I understand. But then when you're Congress, you represent your district first.
You represent
Okay,
all.
I'm not running for the president of the United States of America. I'm running I'm certainly running for the 9th Congressional District. So the point I'm making, the point that I'm making clear the fact that I'm not here running as a cheerleader for whoever the president is, because I believe in 3 equal branches of government. But as a congressman, my responsibility is making sure that business charity begins at home within my district whatsoever. Now, would I support the president? I don't care whoever the president. I'm going to support the president, whoever it is, because I respect that office. And I want to make sure that America is always number one and always first.